Another type of reaction are gas evolution reactions. These are reactions that give off a gas. Some of these form a gas product directly. Sulfuric acid reacts with lithium sulfide to form hydrogen sulfide gas and lithium sulfate. Others form an intermediate product that decomposes into a gas. So if we get hydrochloric acid and baking soda, which is sodium hydrogen carbonate, it will make carbonic acid and sodium chloride. But carbonic acid isn't stable, and it falls apart or decomposes into water and carbon dioxide. Then there's also the sodium chloride here, and so there we got the CO2, the carbon dioxide bubbles that form when you mix an acid with baking soda. These are the types of compounds that give off gases. So if you have a sulfide as a reactant type, you can end up with hydrogen sulfide gas, very smelly. You don't want to be around that. If you have carbonates or bicarbonates, also called hydrogen carbonates, you can end up with an intermediate product of carbonic acid, and that will decompose into carbon dioxide and water. Because what these do, let's see if I can write in here, this will go to carbon dioxide plus water. See, here we've got 2 hydrogens and 3 oxygens. If we pull a water molecule out, there go all the hydrogens, 1 of the oxygens, and what we're left with is CO2. So all of these 3 guys here decompose into a gas by losing a molecule of water. Sulfuric acid does that, and ammonium hydroxide does that, and gets you ammonia. In this panel are some examples. Mixing ammonium chloride with potassium hydroxide. When we switch partners here, we'd end up with potassium and chloride and ammonium and hydroxide. But ammonium and hydroxide decomposes into ammonia and water, and so we end up with these products. The gas evolution reaction thing is not a big deal. It's a little deal. But we can write equations for these. The first thing you do is you write just a skeletal equation listing the reactants and products that form. Again, we're just swapping ions. But then what you're looking for is in your product, if you have carbonic acid, sulfuric acid, or ammonium hydroxide, you should remember, oh, those decompose into a molecule of water and what's left as a gas. And then you balance the equation. So we'll do an example of that. Write a molecular equation for the gas evolution reaction that occurs when you mix aqueous hydrobromic acid with aqueous potassium sulfite. So hydrobromic. Hydrobromic acid has hydrogen and 1 other ion. That ion's going to be bromide. So hydrogen, not in black, on dark gray, hydrogen ion and bromide ion. So that's HBr, hydrobromic acid. Reacts with potassium sulfite, K+. Sulfite is the light version of sulfate, SO3, 2-. So that's K2SO3. And that's aqueous. They tell us that. We predict the products by swapping partners. So we'll put potassium and bromide together. That'll get us KBr. If we look that up in the table, we find that that is soluble. And our other product is H+ and SO3 2-. So that's H2SO3. And that's where we need to recognize, oh, that's one of those guys that forms a gas. So this is what happens in the middle, but then this doesn't stick around. It comes apart. So what we really get is KBr, which is aqueous, and that H2SO3 decomposes into liquid water and the sulfur dioxide gas. There's our molecular equation. Is it balanced? Here we've got one hydrogen, and down here we've got two hydrogens. So we could fix that by putting a 2 over here. Right? So we have two hydrogens on each side. We have two bromines, and over on this side we only have one. So we have to put a 2 in front of that guy. We go here, we've got two potassiums, and down here we've got two potassiums. Here we've got one sulfur and one sulfur, three oxygens. There's one oxygen on the water and two on the SO2. So that's balanced now. Any questions? Yes?
On the very top, when you put the 2 by the hydrogen or bromine, that means 2 hydrogen and 2 bromine.
Right. Yep. This 2 means 2 of everything that's behind it. So this is a molecule containing one hydrogen atom and one bromine atom. And we've got 2 of those. This is like, I don't know, maybe my husband and me, Kirk and Jody. And so if we have 2 of those, then we would have 2 Kirks and 2 Jodys. That'd be kind of scary. Any other questions?